After 2 weeks of breaks, we're finally back on Baki Rahen, and we left off on the tensions between Yujiro Hanma and Jack Hanma seeming to rise, and the tensions rose so much that Yujiro and Jack were emitting an insane amount of aura. But before I start today's video, if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, just talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. Also, let me know your theories in the comment section. Do you think Jack's gonna prove himself and do some damage to Yujiro, or do you think he's just gonna get washed? And the title of chapter 20 of Baki Rahen is called Father and Son Moved to Tears. Jack, the thing you want most is here right in front of you, and you won't even step towards it. And for the first time in his entire life, it looks like Jack Hanma's dad Yujiro is actually giving him attention and mutually wants to fight him. Shooting up like that all of a sudden. Are you perhaps in a hurry or something? And it looks like Jack is actually getting pretty excited about this attention from Yujiro, with Jack even smiling while saying all of this. But Yujiro was just left confused, with Yujiro even hitting the rock's eyebrow raise. And while slamming his giant hand on the dinner table, Jack had said, "Father, could it really be that you are the one that wants me?" And with Jack absolutely towering over Yujiro while also matching his aggressive energy and tone, this only escalated things even more. Yujiro was beginning to get mad. "Have you had a little too much to drink? I'm gonna make you cry, you little shit." Jack was like, "Who are you talking to, me? Make me cry?" But Yujiro had said, "By how rude you are being right now, you might just force my hand and make me make you cry." "I knew it," Jack said while grinning. "No, I am sure of it. The one who isn't stepping up and taking what he wants most is not me. Father, it is yourself that is not taking what you want." And Yujiro had an insanely surprised look on his face, with him making a face that I have never seen from him. It was almost like he had developed a 1,000-yard stare after one dinner with Jack Hanma. Why though? Is perhaps the strongest creature alive hesitating right now? Jeez, have I really reached that level? And it seems Yujiro did not like the way that Jack was talking to him this entire dinner. And Yujiro's body started randomly shaking out of nowhere, very aggressively. It was almost as if he was trying to hold in a cough or something, with both Jack and Yujiro himself having shocked looks on their faces after noticing how Yujiro's body was moving. And Yujiro's shaking actually made so much noise that everybody outside of Yujiro's room dining and eating their food had all stopped to look at Yujiro's door, just wondering what was going on in there. And it made so much noise that even Yujiro's butler had put his ear up to the door to listen to what was going on in there. And at this point, Yujiro's butler should honestly be used to this. This should be routine. I can't even imagine the conversations that Yujiro's butler has had to overhear. But Yujiro wasn't being sick, and he actually had this psychopathic, kind of uncontrollable laugh that can only be comparable to the Joker's laugh. It was almost like that scene where Sukuna was laughing at Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen, and Yujiro had actually began laughing so hard that his eyes were rolling inside of his head. And for the first time, I believe ever, Yujiro had actually shed a tear before retaining his composure by taking a deep breath. "Ah, looks like you made me cry," he said while wiping tears out of his eyes. Jack was just standing there, stunned at what he just witnessed. And Yujiro then mumbled to Jack, "Stand up straight." But to Jack, it had sounded like complete gibberish. To him it sounded like "nd up stry." And when Jack had questioned what Yujiro had said by saying, "I'm sorry," Yujiro had screamed, "Stand up straight," with complete anger. Jack Hanma then stood up straight immediately, fixing his posture, and even standing as if he was in the army. It was unconscious. Without even noticing he had done it, Jack was standing at full attention to Yujiro Hanma, with Jack's body instinctively listening to whatever Yujiro says when he's screaming. And I guess that's the kind of thing that's gonna happen when you're arguing with a guy that can literally scare a person's cells. Yujiro Hanma then took his hand and slapped his son Jack Hanma on the back so hard, with his glasses falling off, as well as him not even attempting to defend himself, which is very out of the ordinary for Jack Hanma. It seems Jack's body is actually scared of Yujiro, and judging off of his face, Jack's body immediately felt this pain. But that once again shows the difference in ability from Yujiro Hanma and everyone else in the Baki series. Not that we really needed another example of Yujiro's crazy abilities, but I don't think they're gonna slow down anytime soon. He is the final boss of Baki after all, and though his will stubbornly refused it, Jack's body just could not help but to cry. With Jack very obviously feeling the pain, as well as being left with tears in his eyes after being hit that hard by his father Yujiro, I don't think that Jack is just gonna sit there. I think Jack is gonna try to do something about this. And also, with the context of Jack pretty much disappearing during Baki Dao and having an off-screen training arc where he learned his Gaudo technique, that completely transformed Jack into a better version of himself. With Jack now deadlifting with his jaw, using resistance bands with his jaw, and even sleeping in a tree while holding himself up with his teeth, which are also titanium now, which means his teeth literally just completely got better. And also, Jack is now fighting smarter. Before Gaudo, Jack was much more of a face front, not very technical fighter. But Jack now understands that he can't win like that. And me personally, I genuinely believe that the writers started this fight so that they could show off how much stronger that Jack has gotten. Of course, we can't expect Jack to just come out of nowhere and beat Yujiro, but it is a good way to test Jack's strength and see how much his Gaudo has affected him and made him better as a fighter. And if you enjoyed today's video and would like to support me, then you could leave a like and subscribe. It's completely free on your end and helps me out way more than you may think. And once again, if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, just talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. And let me know in the comment section below, what are your theories? I'd love to hear them. How do you think this fight with Yujiro will end up? And who do you think Jack will aim for next? But that's gonna be all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!